Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name's Shadowwraith and today I'm going to be doing a review on the faction Goblin Town. Now, this is a faction that kind of went under the radar for me. I don't know why, I just automatically assumed. This is back when I first started playing Middle-earth strategy battle game, and they brought out Goblin Town as a proper faction in the Hobbit, Armies of the Hobbit book. Yeah, I just disregarded them. I was like, a bunch of chaff troops. Okay, cool, Goblin King, yeah, it'd be okay. And yeah, I don't know why, I just didn't rate them at all. Now, after seeing what they can do at events and playing with them myself, I can see why people like them. But I'll talk about the competitive stuff right at the end. Okay, last thing I'll cover. But to start off with, we'll do the army bonus, which is nice and simple. And it's called Down, Down, Down in Goblin Town. Each Goblin hero model may increase their maximum warband size by 6 models. That's really good, because you're going to be wanting to take a lot of goblins. A hell of a lot of goblins. Now, jumping straight in, we've got the big bad boy himself, the Goblin King. 130 points for this hero of legend, which is fantastic. Plus 6 to that warband as well. So you can take a lot of goblins with this guy. He is movement 6. He is fight 6, which is fantastic. 5+ shoot value. Strength 5, defense 5, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, and courage 3. So the courage is an issue, but it makes sense. He's got a cracking 3 might, 2 will, and 1 fate. And he comes with a 2-handed pick. Brilliant. Now, he's got heroic strike, which is awesome. Heroic strength and heroic challenge. Obviously challenge being the best out of all 3. And special rules, he's got burly. By the way, challenge isn't the best, just in case anyone doesn't realise I'm joking. He's got burly, which is awesome. 200 pick at strength 5 with burly is absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. He's cave dweller, and he's got resistance to magic, which is brilliant. And he causes terror, because he's a big bloke. His special rules, personal special rules, he's got relentless advance. So when the Goblin King charges into combat, he can pass through friendly goblin models when he moves. Each one of the goblins he moves through suffers a strength 3 hit. Any goblin that he ends his move on is automatically slain. And basically, if you've got a special rule or a spell that moves your opponent's model, you can't force Goblin King to do this. So, just in case you thought you could cheese your way to him doing a bunch of impact hits on his own goblins, no. He's got Blubbery Mass, which is absolutely fantastic. Basically, each time he suffers a wound, roll a d6. On a 3+, the wound is ignored. Magical powers and elven-made weapons do ignore this ability, but that is still amazing. I've had him trapped with like a bunch of orcs stabbing at him, and they did quite a few wounds to him, maybe 5, and out of all that he took 1. So it's really good, and that's using the 3-up save. Yeah, makes him super tanky, but of course a lot of the big heroes do have elven-made weapons, so it can be useful. And then he's got Goblin Projectile. This is fantastic. Basically, in the shooting phase, if there's a friendly goblin model in base contact with the Goblin King, and neither of them are engaged in combat, the Goblin King may pick up that goblin and throw him as a range attack of 12 inches. This counts as a thrown weapon. Remove the goblin, roll to hit, and take any in the way test for the shooting attack, and the shot is resolved at strength 8 and will automatically knock prone any model it hits. Picks up a poor little goblin and hurls him at strength 8. That's amazing. He must be chucking that goblin very hard. That's brilliant. I love the Goblin King. It's so funny. Then we've got Grinner. 40 points. Cheap as chips, this guy. 40 points. Hero of Fortitude. Plus 6 to that warband size as well, don't forget. He is movement of 5 because he's a goblin. Fight 3, so it's okay. Shoot value of 5+. He's strength 4, which is actually quite good for a goblin. Defense 4, which is not the best, but not the worst, I guess. 2 attacks, 2 wounds, and courage 3. He comes with 3 might. 3 might for a 40-point model. That's insane. That's so good. 1 will and 1 fate. He's got a dagger and a scourge. And basically the scourge is a thrown weapon with a range of 2 inches and is strength 2, so don't expect to kill much with that. And he comes with Heroic Strike, so that's 2 models with Heroic Strike in your army. That's fantastic. He's got the Chittering Horde special rule, which I'll cover that in a minute. And he's got his own special rule of Swap With Me. Now this is where he gets a bit bonkers. Swap With Me is a special heroic action that Grinner can use at the start of any phase you want. Use Swap With Me enables Grinner to swap places with any friendly goblin model, except the Goblin Scribe, because he's attached to things, within 3 inches of him. This does not count as moving. If there is no room to place a swap model, you must choose another, or the heroic action is wasted. So basically, if you say Swap With Me, and you can't place him because you didn't realise, unlucky. You've lost the might if there's no other goblins within 3 that you can place. So, yeah, that's really good. Because, I mean, I'm just saying, the Goblin King is a goblin model. He's got the goblin keyword. So, and it's at the start of any phase. And I'm not going to lie, I've had him charge, and I don't think I'm doing this wrong. If anyone knows I'm doing this wrong, please do let me know, because I need to know. But I've looked through the FAQs and I couldn't find anything. Goblin King's been charged by Aragorn, okay? Or Aragorn is about to charge him or lining up to trap the Goblin King. And I've just used Grinner's Swap With Me to get him out of the way and save him. Sure, Grinner's probably going to die, but it's better than losing my leader. Insane. Absolutely brilliant. Then we got the Goblin Scribe. 50 points for the ultimate. Oh, he's great. He's really good. He's a minor hero, but +6 to that, so not bad. He's fight 1, so he's rubbish in combat. Shoot value of 5+. Strength 2, defense 2, 1 attack, 1 wound, and courage 3. 0 might, 1 will, 1 fate. So he can die very easily. And he's unarmed as well, so he's absolutely pants in a fight. Don't get him into combat. If he gets in combat, he's going to die. Okay? Unless you roll a 6 and your enemy doesn't, in which case you're not going to kill them anyway. So, he's got a special rule. Always more where they came from. At the end of his move phase, the Goblin Scribe may opt to take a courage test. If the test is passed, you may move D3 extra Goblin Warriors onto the board, +1 for each point that he passes his test by. So, I mean, he's courage 3. Courage 3. 7. So, that will get you D3. If you roll a double 6, which is unlikely, but it does happen, you get D3 +5 goblins. So, yeah. 8. You can have 8 goblins come in. Just saying. And they come from an edge chosen by the controlling player. If the Goblin Scribe is forced to automatically pass his courage test, then D3 Goblin Warriors will enter the board, as described above. That's absolutely bonkers. You can grab objectives with that. You can storm the enemy's camp with that. Storm the camp, it's perfect for him because he's automatically passing it every turn. So you're getting D3 guarantee every turn. And you can just chuck him into the enemy's camp just to wind him up if you want. He's immobile, so basically he automatically counts as trapped if he loses a fight. Additionally, in the move phase, friendly models may move him in his frame, in which case he's considered to be a heavy object. So you can move him, but you can't move himself because he's wired in, okay? Then we've got Gollum. Everyone knows who Gollum is. 35 points for this bad boy. He is movement 5, fight 4, 4+ shoot value, strength 4, defense 4, 2 attacks, 2 wins, courage 4. He comes with 1 might, which is actually really good. No will, 1 fate. And he's got strangling fingers. His heroic action is heroic march. Perfect, because that's pretty much all I'm going to use him for. Or maybe to help him win a fight or something. And he's got cave dweller. The Precious. Unless there is another ring bearer, such as Bilbo, Frodo, or even Sauron himself in play, Gollum always has the ring. Should the ring bearer be slain in a fight with Gollum, then he automatically recovers the ring and adds it to his war gear. Strangler. Gollum is never considered to be unarmed, ever. So, you can give him the ring, okay? And that has a whole load of shenanigans attached to it, which I'll get into in a minute. In the competitive side. So, moving on. We've got the mightiest of all the goblins, the Goblin Captain, who's actually smaller than normal goblins, but never mind. Yeah, 35 points. Hero Fortitude. He's move 5, fight 3, 5 plus shoot value, strength 4, which is actually solid. It's really good for a goblin. Defense 4, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 3. He's got 2 might, 1 will, 1 fate. So standard captain. He comes with armor, a sword, or a pick. I'd always give him a pick, probably. I mean, if you like to stab, sure, give him a sword, but I prefer having the extra strength as an option if I need it. And he's got Heroic March because he's just a captain. He's got Cave Dweller and Chittering Hordes. So, Chittering Hordes, models with this special rule, can support as if they had a spear, with the exception that they only ever support another model with the Chittering Horde special rule. A supporting model does not get the benefit of having two-handed weapons if it has one. So that's fair enough, because then you could just cheese it. But that's amazing. That's really good. Because guess what? All your Goblin Warriors have Chittering Horde. And they're 4 points a model. 4 points a model. That's nuts. They're move 5, fight 2, 5 plus shoot value, strength 3, defense 3, 1 attack, 1 wound, and courage 2. So they're absolutely pants. But who cares? They're 4 points. So you can bring an absolute ridiculous amount of them. They've either got a sword, pick, mace, or flail. So you've got a choice. I'd probably go with a pick because I like having the piercing strike option. Because they're defense 3, so who cares? Everything's winning them 4s anyway. Pretty much. Unless they're defense strength 2. So, yeah. Anyway, and if you've got a ton of them and you're fighting like a Ministerial Warrior, why not? You can give them a two-handed axe if you want for 1 point, which is, yeah, it's a good, decent idea because you can have two-handed weapons up front supported by something at the back. Yeah. So as long as you're not supporting with a two-handed weapon, you can get supported because you've both got Chittering Horde. As long as the guy supporting you doesn't have a two-handed weapon. So you can get the +1 to wound with the guy at the front with the support at the back. That's really nice. For 1 point, so 5 points. They're Cave Dwellers and obviously Chittering Horde. And that is Goblin Town. Wrapped up nice and quick. Yeah. Are they competitive? Hell yeah. Yeah, they are. You can bring bodies, absolutely ridiculous amount of bodies on the field. Yeah, I mean, I know a list where it's literally 90 models. 90 model list. That's 650 points. That's ridiculous. And it really works. It really works. On top of that, you've got loads of models. You can bring models in with the Goblin Scribe. And there are ways, in some scenarios, you can automatically pass courage tests. So, yeah, like I said, storm the camp. Yeah, objective games, you just swarm the objectives. Who cares? Your goblins, they're going to die. Die in droves. But you can still do some shenanigans. If you do come against a big, scary hero, so I always like using Gil-galad because he's pretty scary. +1 to wound. Fight 9. Ridiculous. Okay, so, yeah, Gil-galad. I need to kill Gil-galad. That's the leader. Sure. Good way of killing Gil-galad is you chuck the Goblin King on him. And who's that little guy who carries a ring with him? Gollum. Bring Gollum. Chuck him in with him. Judging he passes his courage test. And, yeah, Gil-galad is suddenly half his fight value against a fight 6 monster. Because the Goblin King is a monster. So he can rend and do whatever he wants. But, I mean, it depends. It's up to you. Because if they're like ridiculously high defense, then you might want to rend. But you're +1 at strength 5. Because you've got two-handed pick. And you can piercing strike if you want to as well. So if you've got him absolutely outnumbered, there's a very good chance you're going to roll a 6. Because you've got a couple of goblins on him as well. Maybe a Goblin Captain being supported. Piercing strike. Why not? Yeah. Because you'll be at least strength, 6? Strength 6? So you'll be winning on 5s, 4s. If you rendered him, you're going to be winning on 4s anyway. So, yeah. It's up to you. Rending's safer, I guess. But, hey, you want the double attacks. So, yeah. I'd say just piercing strike, go nuts, use the +1 to wound. And you can absolutely decimate him. All you have to do is roll a 6. You get hero trapped. He's half his fight value because of Gollum. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Use the Goblin Scribe to fling troops wherever you want. They come on the board edge. They can go wherever they want. They're good at countering siege weapons. So, someone's got an annoying Avenger Bolt Thrower. Guess what? I'm going to put on, a potential 8 goblins right next to it. Go on, shoot 8 of them. No? Okay, I'm going to charge you now. They might lose, but then you can bring more in, or give a chance for your army to move up, or you can grab objectives at the back of the board. You can do all sorts of shenanigans with the Goblin Scribe. He's really squishy, so you need to really protect him, but it is doable. And Grinat with his swap with me, it's just bonkers. Like, if you see one of your heroes is just going to die, your Goblin Captain has been trapped or something like that, you just fling him out of there. It's amazing. Anyway, that is what I think of Goblin Town, and that is my review. Thank you ever so much for listening, and if you have used Goblin Town or played against Goblin Town, do let me know, okay? Because I'd love to hear how your games have gone against them. If you've got any counters to them, or if you're a veteran Goblin Town player, do let me know, because I'd love to know how you guys play them, okay? Anyway, as I said, thank you ever so much for watching the video, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.